Ashley on an all-new Dr. Phill. When her daughter overdosed,
I snapped. I lost it.
she checked out.
I feel more connected to what's here than what's alive.
See what you're saying to yourself. I'm failing my family. Don't want to be a mom. No point in taking care of myself. I should just give up.
It's all true.
None of it's true.
Plus, how did this woman go from this to this?
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. How you doing? Thank you very much. All right, sisters Amber and Andrea, along with their mother Heather, never imagined that opening a bedroom door would change their family forever. But what was found behind these two doors did just that. Less than a year apart, Amber found her older sister Ashley laying lifeless in her daughter's bedroom from a drug overdose. And Heather found her own mom, the rock of the family, passed away from a long and painful battle with cancer. Amber says those devastating losses have destroyed her mother almost beyond repair. She's so worried about her mother that she sent me 12 desperate emails. Emails designed to save her mother's life.
My sister, she had passed away. She was staying in my daughter's bedroom at the time. As I came up the stairs, I found my sister's body laying right here. The moment I saw her, I knew she'd passed away. There was a spoon laying next to her, and the detective informed me that she had passed away due to an overdose. Since Ashley's death, my mom is slowly dying inside. She spends a lot of her time at the cemetery crying. My mom has my sister's photos all over her fridge and looks at them every day. My mom tells me all the time that I don't understand her pain because I've never lost a child before. I feel hurt when she says this because I understand the loss of losing Ashley because I'm the one that had found her body. I've always felt like Ashley has taken my mom away from me. My mom had to focus on Ashley due to her addiction. Most of my day consists of how I can make my mom happy, and I feel that no matter what I do, it's never gonna be enough. Even though Ashley is gone, she still has my mother's full attention.
Andrea says she lost her best friend the day her sister died, but instead of being there to help her grieve, she says her mom, well, she says she's just abandoned her.
I think about my sister Ashley's death multiple times a day. I really feel like a piece of me is gone. I text her all the time, just what's going on in my day. I'm sorry, I'm not the, just everything that I would normally tell her. After Ashley passed away, my mom and I got into an argument and she kicked me out. My mom threw all of my things onto the front yard. She snapped. She called me a whore, said I wish I would have listened to your dad and got an abortion. She said to me, no one cares about you. I have not forgiven her for that. My mom and I never talked. I wish that my mom and I could be in the same room. My mom treats my sister Amber differently because she is the one that found my sister when she had passed. If my mom knew how much losing Ashley affected me, I do not think that she would treat me the way that she does. I don't feel like I have a mom right now at all.
Okay, it's good to meet y'all, and let me say I'm sorry for your loss. Obviously, both of you have had significant losses in your life, and what you're worried about now is another loss. I mean, you basically feel like you've lost your mom, right?
Right.
Heather says she has lost her purpose in life and admits that she didn't want to do anything, including being a mom right now. Watch this.
My daughter, Andrea, does not seem to show any compassion towards what I'm going through. I feel completely alone. Losing my mom was tough, but losing my daughter, nobody really understands. I still talk to Ashley in my head, as weird as that might sound. I have conversations with her and my mother. I stop by her graveside. I feel like if I was passing her home, I would stop and see her, so that's what I do. I don't get much closure there, though. I don't know where Ashley's spirit is, but if it's here, I want to come here because if I need help with something, I need her to help me. And just that I miss her. I miss talking to her. I tell her I'm mad at her and I can't believe this happened. I just wonder where I failed her. I feel more connected to what's here than what's alive. Not sure why. I feel better here. I feel as though I'm failing my family. I sometimes feel I do not have a purpose in life.
Let me start off, before I say anything else, I have to say I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
The loss of your mother and the loss of your child. You know, I've buried my mother not very long ago. I buried my father some time ago.
It brought you to your knees, didn't it?
I mean, it just to lose that kind of fan in life is devastating. So I know, I do know how you feel in that regard. I've not buried a child, so I won't tell you that I know how you feel in that regard. This has knocked you down.
I'm down. I can get back up, but I'm down for sure.
But you're not getting back up.
Right. That's where you come in.
You've checked out. Well, maybe. You had said to your girls, there's really not any point in coming here because nobody can help you.
I don't feel like anyone understands.
You said, and this is a quote, I think if I didn't wake up, it would be better.
I feel that way sometimes. I'm just sad. I feel broken. I feel shattered. I don't know how I can have a heart when it's broke. I thought my mom's death was hard. And then when Ashley went, that was it.
Do you blame yourself for Ashley's death?
I wonder every day if I had not kicked Ashley out, if she would still be alive. I place some blame on my mother for Ashley's death.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phill, Dad claims his daughter's fiancé is controlling.
I haven't talked to my daughter in 3 weeks. That's not my choice.
Abusive.
She told me about the hitting and the biting.
You personally saw the bite marks on her arm.
And to make matters worse,
She said he had choked her.
I never said that he strangled me
she's defending him.
He got punched in the arm, thrown into the refrigerator.
because I did deserve it.
That's tomorrow.
I place some blame on my mother for Ashley's death because she never tried to understand her addiction. Last year, my mom found a bowl of Ashley's for smoking marijuana, and my mom didn't know what it was, but she thought it was for heroin. She just assumed and kicked her out. My mom kicking Ashley out of the house was one of the biggest reasons for Ashley's relapse. I was grieving my mother, and I felt Ashley put more drama in my life that I did not need. I did feel as though a weight was lifted off my shoulders. At that point, I didn't want to be there for anyone else. I just wanted to grieve my mom. I wonder every day if I had not kicked Ashley out, if she would still be alive. I think if Ashley was still living in my mom's house, that she would be here today.
Do you blame yourself for Ashley's death?
I blame myself for Ashley's death and wondering, doing the shoulda, woulda, couldas. I forced her into rehab to get off methadone. And I wonder if I would have left her on methadone at my house where it was financially choking her, if she'd be here. But
You entertain the theory that by her kicking her out of the house, that she contributed to her death.
Yes, because she was so stressed and that she just felt like she had nowhere to go.
and on that note,
That's not a good feeling.
She broke a drug rule, a house rule, my bottom line, the things the professionals and sometimes even you have told me the bottom line with the drugs, and that's why I asked Ashley to leave. Because I do have a 10-year-old that I needed to also protect, and I didn't want any influence. After she came out of rehab, we talked, knew the rules, and there's not going to be any drugs. If you feel like you're going to relapse, you got to reach out to the people that are here to help you and love you. And she broke a rule. And at that point, I had to stick to my bottom line.
I have said that before.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have said that to you before as well.
Thank you.
And I tell you right now, Ashley made the choice to take those drugs and put them in her veins and overdose. You didn't make that choice. You didn't make that choice. You didn't make that choice. Nobody made that choice but her.
That's right.
Now, you can...
I beat myself up a little bit.
You can decide to take that on, but you did not make that choice.
I thought I was saving her life because I stuck to my bottom line.
And she did not die on the street, under a bridge, or in some drug house. Where did she die?
At her house, which might have been worse, because now I worry about her.
In whose room?
My, at the time, 3-year-old daughter's room.
I'm really, really sorry that she's dead. I'm sorry that she's gone.
Thank you.
But shame on her for bringing that into your home. Shame on her for bringing that into your daughter's room.
Agree.
Mm-hmm.
Shame on her for letting your daughter find her in the floor and come get mommy and say something's wrong. Shame on her for doing that.
Absolutely.
You don't own that. You don't own that. You don't own that. What do you do after all this? Amber and Andrea both worry their mother's roller coaster of emotions is having a lasting effect on their 10-year-old sister. Heather says, I put on a face. I've handled it. She doesn't know. Should they be concerned? We'll talk to Heather about that after the break. You don't have the right to curl up in a ball and sit on the sideline.
You're right.
Hey, Dr. Phil here. Did you know that more than 16 million kids in the U.S. are at risk of hunger each day? Join me and visit feedingamerica.org/hunger to find your local food bank to help. I'm Dr. Phil, and together, we are Feeding America.
I worry about my 10-year-old sister, seeing my mom crying and the effect that it's having on her.
My 10-year-old is my biggest supporter.
My sister still talks like a baby and sleeps with her every night. I think my mom parents my little sister out of guilt because she is grieving my sister Ashley.
These girls want you to be helped.
I know.
It doesn't mean that everything is perfect between all three of you. You two have conflicts between you, right? Mm-hmm. But even so, when we talked to her, she said, yeah, there are problems there, there's conflicts there. But you know what? I want my mother to be okay.
And I want my daughter to be okay.
Which I thought was a very mature thing on your part. You know, we got differences, but I want my mom to be okay.
Thank you.
And you really mean that, right?
Yeah, of course.
How do you feel about that?
I want my daughter to be okay. Andrea puts a lot of worry on my plate on top of what I've already gone through. She doesn't make healthy life decisions. I feel angry at her a little bit too. I feel like I want her to be okay so that I'm okay. Because when my kids hurt, I hurt.
Yeah, well, how about I make you a deal?
Okay.
How about I promise that I'll turn my attention to her after I focus my attention on you.
It's a deal.
This saying, oh, my 10-year-old doesn't notice. Your 10-year-old...
She knows.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely. Well...
I mean, I've known you for 10 minutes. And it's pretty apparent to me, and you can put a face on this, but children are very perceptive.
I guess if I put a smile on my face and I make it to soccer practice and, you know, even though there's tears, I'm functioning, I think it's okay, but I know it's not.
We ask a lot of questions, and I pay particular attention not to what you say to me, but what you say to yourself. And when I look at the things you're saying to yourself, that tells me a lot. And I took a look at your internal dialogue. I should just give up. Don't want to be a mom. I'm failing my family. No point in taking care of myself. I'm completely broken. I feel disgusting.
It's all true.
None of it's true. What's true is that that's what you say to yourself.
Yeah.
If that's what you're saying to yourself over and over and over again.
Where's the bed?
What possible outcome could you have?
I can't dig myself out of that.
We don't react to what happens in life. We react to what we say to ourselves about what happens in our lives. You're not reacting to the fact that you lost your mother. You're not reacting to the fact that you lost your daughter. You're reacting to what you say to yourself about losing your mother and your daughter.
It's true.
Grief is not a disease. You are not broken. You don't have the right to curl up in a ball and sit on the sidelines.
You're right. You're right.
You have a responsibility to put one foot in front of the other and behave and think your way through this.
You're right.
All right, Heather admits she has checked out. Well, I'm going to check her back in. I'm the desk clerk. We'll be right back. I want to solve this mystery for you. I'm telling you, as long as you keep telling yourself this, you are going to keep feeling like that.
Do you need Dr. Phil's help? Text Phill to 88500 and share your story for a chance to appear on the show. Standard message and data rates may apply.
My mom has let herself go. Since my grandma got sick, she gained around 100 pounds.
I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "You're a fat ass." I am uncomfortable with myself and I don't know how to fix it. I just don't care anymore.
Look at this internal dialogue. When you look at this and you realize, think about this in simple terms. If this is how you're talking to yourself, is there any other possible outcome?
No.
Okay, do y'all all know what I mean when I say internal dialogue?
It's that gut feeling.
Do you guys all know that you have an internal dialogue? Everybody get that? Do you listen to what you say to yourselves? Do you get, if you think that there are times in your life that you have a really negative internal dialogue, raise your hand. Raise it high, own it, raise it high. Nobody raised two hands, you liars. People should have had two hands up. I have two hands up. There are times when I have negative internal dialogue so bad, I got to raise two hands up and not a foot because I'm not flexible enough to get a foot up. We all have negative internal dialogue at times. Do you understand the power of language? It's so powerful. So I want to solve this mystery for you. I'm telling you, as long as you keep telling yourself this, you are going to keep feeling like that.
Right.
And when you hit the eject button on this, and it goes away, then you're going to have to replace it with something that is more positive. You've stopped taking care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, familially. That's got to stop.
Okay.
I wrote a book.
I know. Just a couple.
Okay. Well, it's not a paperweight. When you get a book...
I have it.
Well,
I didn't read it, I'm not going to lie. I need it in audio. 2020, right? Here's the thing, when I read, I fall asleep, so I got to get the audio.
Okay, let me tell you my internal dialogue right now.
You want to smash it?
What the hell?
I did buy it,
I spend a year writing a book. You buy it, don't read it. It's called The 2020 Diet. Turn your weight loss vision into reality. I am going to make you a project.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
Now, okay.
Thank you.
Listen to what you just said. What did you just say?
Awesome.
You just said yes. Yes. Did you hear what she just said? I conducted a national survey to figure out why diets fail. I did this massive survey to figure out why diets fail and figured it out. And I designed this book to answer every reason diets fail, because I knew if I don't figure out a reason that diets fail, what's the point in doing it? Here they are. Here's why diets fail. They fail because people get hungry.
True.
Right? Cravings. You get on a diet and you don't get to eat the things you want to eat. You get cravings.
True.
Feelings of restriction, so you rebel. You feel restricted, so you go, yeah, okay.
I'm over this.
I'm gonna rebel. Impracticality and expense. You get bored.
True.
And then temptations. And then it's inconsistent results and plateaus. You do okay for a while, and then you plateau out, and you go, well,
what's the point?
This isn't working.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to deal with every one of those things, and I did. And here's the deal. I broke it into 3 phases. And I put the dots so close together, you can't not succeed here. I'm going to give you 20 foods for 20 days. And some of these foods, research tells us, are thermogenic. You eat these foods, they burn faster in your body. They burn hot metabolically.
I need that.
So they really cook. And some of them are time released, so you eat them and they last a long time so you don't get hungry. So you're burning faster, they're lasting longer. And I'm going to give you certain exercise regimens. You're going to get off the couch, out of the fetal position. You're going to behave your way to success. Will you do that?
Absolutely. And I will not disappoint you.
You do that, you're going to be damn proud of what happens. Now, here's the good news. I did this book last year, which means you don't have to speculate about whether what I put together works or doesn't work. You guys might remember these 2 friends barely made their flight to come to me because they were busy looking for food in the airport, but they insisted they were ready to change their life and get real about their weight. So did they? It's an update you are not going to want to miss. We're going to talk to them after the break. We're going to continue to focus on what's going to happen with this mother right here. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Did you 2 miss your connecting flight to the show because you were drinking beer and eating at Panda Express at the airport?
Ball dropped.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phill. Dad says stop the violence.
You got punched in the arm, thrown into the refrigerator.
I did deserve it.
And stop the wedding.
She's engaged to marry him.
That's tomorrow.
Closed captioning provided by...
Safe non-habit-forming Midnight. Unlike some sleep products, it's drug-free. It can help you fall asleep and stay asleep so you can wake refreshed. Midnight, the drug-free way to get the sleep you need.
Dr. Phill, I'm super anxious about my upcoming wedding. Please help me lose this extra weight and become the healthiest bride I can be.
Dr. Phill, please help me lose this mom gut. It needed to be gone yesterday.
I have 99 problems and being fat is a big one. Can you help me lose weight and regain my health?
I'm going back to school for my Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and I want to represent the healthcare field in a positive light and not be an obese nurse and stop digging my own grave.
Can you help me lose this baby weight so that I can keep up with my 2 kids?
Dr. Phill, nothing is working, and I am fed up, and I am desperate for your help.
Now, are you just like them, fighting a never-ending day in and day out battle when it comes to food and your weight? Are you sick and tired of yo-yo diets that have kept you a prisoner of your own body and mind for years? Well, that needs to stop now. I've written a book. It's called The 2020 diet. Turn your weight loss vision into reality. 10 months ago, best friends Lindsay and Candy sat on this stage cracking jokes and making excuses about why they just could not lose weight.
I can explain my weight problem in 3 words. I am fat.
Our friendship isn't based on food. It's just something we share.
It's not the food that we share, because I don't share. Hashtag big girl problems.
Did you two miss your connecting flight to the show because you were drinking beer and eating at Panda Express at the airport?
Ball dropped.
The good news is I do have exactly what you're looking for. But you need to understand, you get involved with me, I will haunt you till the end of the earth.
We've heard.
Picture clinch.
Yeah. After the first round of the diet, I lost 25 pounds.
Phase 1 is really, I think it's supposed to be the hardest phase, but that's actually probably my favorite phase. I actually lost 6 pounds this week.
I lost in 1 week 230 pounds of boyfriend.
You look better. I'm seeing less of you than I did last time.
All right.
So what's been working for you the best?
Everything. The book, you laid it out so clearly. We just got in there, we committed. Now we meet up at the gym instead of at restaurants.
We drive our poor trainer nuts.
Yeah. So you go, girls. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Well, I am proud to say that Lindsay and Candy combined weight loss of nearly 200 pounds and 100 total inches. This was Lindsay and Candy before, but this is Lindsay and Candy now. Come on out, ladies. All right. Now, I got to say, you girls look great. It's so good to see you.
Good to see you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Guys, have a seat. All right, first off, how much weight have you lost?
I've lost, I think I'm at 108. I'm still losing.
108 pounds. Wow. All right. And how much have you lost?
I am right at 60 and still going.
Good.
So.
I mean, seriously, look at you guys. What do you think?
Love it.
I mean,
Love
if
it.
I can do it, y'all can do it, and that's what I tell my class about multiplication, too. So just trust me. If I can do it, y'all can do it.
All you need is the book and a pair of tennis shoes, and that's it. No excuses.
So what was the spark? I mean, what allowed you to get the traction to get started? I know you like the dots being close together. That was important.
I mean,
you were a big spark because we said he thinks we're not going to do it. We're going to do it.
Yeah, everyone was like,
that was a big spark.
They're not going to take it seriously.
You haven't lived until you've carried a scale through LAX. The Dr. Jill came to us and we're like, okay, this is some serious stuff. We're going to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, it just, 1 week,
having a partner made such a big difference too. We had the book to go back to all the time.
Phase 1, it is like, oh my gosh, I can do this.
Yeah.
25 is only a quarter of 100.
Right.
So I did that 4 times. That's it.
There you go.
Multiplication.
Of course, you haven't read enough of the book to know this. But there are 3 phases to this. You have certain foods that you do in phase 1 that are thermogenic and their time release. And the whole point is you have to detox certain things because you're so addicted to sugar and salt and fat.
True.
And you don't realize that you're actually addicted to it, and you have to go through withdrawal. But you learn to put other things in its place. Now, you guys could eat now things that have like sugar, salt, and butters in them, and it would think you were like eating lard out of a can.
So salty to us now, and we have to tell you our very favorite trick. We have to tell y'all.
Yes.
Do it.
Cinnamon in your coffee. Yeah. Cinnamon
It
and
is,
black
yeah.
coffee are 2020 foods.
Yeah, this allows you to have coffee because, again, I don't want you rebelling, so you can do this in the real world. And in phase 3, they even tell you how to order food at a restaurant. You learn about the difference between mind hunger and physical hunger and habit hunger. Which was the worst for you guys? Habit hunger?
Habit.
My whole plan was to create the 3 phases, put the dots real close together so if you followed them, then it becomes a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're there.
It is definitely a lifestyle change, and why we think we're going to be able to keep this up for the rest of our lives, because we're really grounded in it now, and we just feel very comfortable.
And if the whole book freaks you out, just get it and go to the back. There are cheat sheets.
And chapter 3, don't skip chapter 3 because that's very
important.
important.
And then go back and read. But the cheat sheets in the back are awesome.
Well, and that's why they're there. Why do you say chapter 3 is important?
Because it dealt a lot with getting out of your own way. To me, the food part was much easier than the emotional and the mental part. So chapter 3, I could always go back to if I was having a hard time, and it talked about, why you deserve to do this. Yeah, chapter 3 was amazing. I've referred back to it constantly.
Yeah, because the whole point is if you eat emotionally.
Yes.
And there are people that are emotional eaters. And you described yourself as that to begin with. And the research shows if you are an emotional eater, you are 13 times more likely to wind up being obese. Yeah. All right, you guys have done a great job, and you are all about having fun, so we want you to have fun. So Club Med Punta Cana is going to provide Lindsay and Candy an amazing, all-inclusive 6-day, 5-night stay at their beautiful new adult-exclusive Zen Oasis area and rooms in the Dominican Republic. So we want you guys to have a good time. You will love it. All right, next, viewers from all over the country have been busting their butts and winning the Battle of the Balls using the 2020 diet. There's shocking results after the break.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phill, Dad claims his daughter's fiancé is controlling.
I haven't talked to my daughter in 3 weeks. That's not my choice.
Abusive.
She told me about the hitting and the biting.
You personally saw the bite marks on her arm.
And to make matters worse,
she said he had choked her.
I never said that he strangled me.
She's defending him.
He got punched in the arm, thrown into the refrigerator.
Because I did deserve it.
That's tomorrow.
If you are going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445. Well, we've been talking to Lindsay and Candy, and they were not alone on their weight loss journey, because since I launched the 2020 diet here on this stage last year, I've been flooded with success stories from so many of you at home. Take a look.
Last year, I weighed 200 pounds. I had 70 pounds to lose. And by July 10th, I had lost those 70 pounds.
Thanks for the great plan. When you have lost 53 pounds and 40 inches, it's time to donate. Look at how huge these are. They were my work pants, and I'm so excited. This is the one that I had my picture taken in when I first started my journey. I am a happy gal, Dr. Phill.
Using the 2020 diet, we have experienced some very gratifying results. I have lost 80 pounds.
I've lost 20 pounds.
I have lost 10 inches in the waist. And I've also lost 3 shirt sizes from XXL to large.
Thank you, Dr. Phill.
Our aha moment is when we realized we were the size of an NFL linebacker.
Through our separate journeys of weight loss, I had lost a total of 100 pounds.
And I had lost a total of 65 pounds. All we needed to start was Dr. Phil's book.
I read the book, headed to the grocery store, and bought the foods, and I started making this my lifestyle. This is the dress I wore when I weighed 210 pounds, and now I weigh 158. Dr. Phill, thank you so much for giving me a new lifestyle.
I'm skinnier than I've ever been. Brand new yoga pants. Way too big. Oh my God. Way too big. Did I lose 38 pounds? I'm so excited. Thank you, Dr. Phill. This is good.
I'm so proud of all of you. My next guest, Angela, says after having 2 children and losing her own mother, she had a difficult time losing her excess weight. But after watching Lindsay and Candy, she says she got off her butt and got to work. Let's see what Angela looked like just a few months ago. Okay, well now she has lost 44 pounds. Angela, come on out. Oh, wow, wow. All right. Oh, wow. Congratulations. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. But Angela isn't my only viewer with big results. Sherry says when her doctor told her she was going to be put on medication for high cholesterol, she said nope, and decided she was going to do something about it herself. Not only did her cholesterol drop 60 points, she also lost 18 pounds in the process. Sherry, come on out. Oh, wow. 60 points at 18 pounds. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now, you guys look great. And has this been easy or hard?
I mean, at first it was hard just because, you know, you have to really get used to it. It changes everything completely. So the process was really easy. That's why I got the book. So I was like, yeah, everything's laid out. I don't have to do anything, research, nothing. It's all done for me.
Yeah, so you like those dots being close together.
Yes, yes.
And you like, did the phases work for you?
Yes.
And how about you?
Oh, same here. I liked everything laid out for me, all the recipes, measurements, and all that. I mean, in my head, I always knew what to eat, but I never really knew, like, the right combinations of food, I guess, put together. So.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used the word combination because it is important, the combination of the foods that we put together in there, because if you use the time release and the thermogenic foods together, then you get the biggest bang for your buck. And that's why we have the menus the way they are. And these meals are top notch. I'm talking shrimp and spinach stir fry, open-faced egg avocado salad sandwich, blueberry peanut butter smoothies, cod cakes, lemon pepper chicken pasta. We're not talking stuff here that like is tough to live on, right?
Like boiled chicken.
No, it's not. Did you use the app?
Yes, I love the app. If you buy the book, you get a passcode and you can download the app for free and put in a keyword on, like it'll say page whatever, and you find the word it says and you put it in and you get all of this right on your phone. And I love it.
All right, so Heather, can you do this? If you have a family member or a friend who you believe is living a lie and needs help coming clean with themselves, with you, with whoever, log on to drphill.com and share your story. Ready to get real? Go to drphill.com for advice on relationships, parenting, finances, and more. Plus, weigh in on your favorite episodes, share your stories, and find support in the Dr. Phill community. When you sign up for the community, you will automatically be subscribed to the Dr. Phill Show newsletter. Log on to drphill.com today. Do you want to do it?
Absolutely. I'm ready. I want to look like that.
Because the thing that's so important to me is you are a role model for your daughter.
Absolutely.
You are an inspiration to these daughters. They want their mother back. They want their mother back.
Yes.
And if this is something you grab onto and do and take care of yourself, then you've got the energy, you've got the heart, you've got the things that you can do. And you've, as your body image changes, does your self-image change?
Everything changes. I thought I was
does
happy
it
the
not?
first time
Absolutely. I mean, you just overall feel healthy, and it's not only about the losing the weight, but like the cholesterol issues that I have. To know that I don't have to go on cholesterol medication, it made me just so happy. And I lowered it 60 points, and overall, you just physically have energy. You're not tired all the time. It's just a wonderful feeling just from putting the right foods in your body. It's worth it. It is.
And to speak to your situation, I mean, I was really depressed. When I started this, it was crazy. I can't even explain it, but the foods in it and everything, it just like clears your head out. So I thank you very much for giving me my life and helping me feel like happy for the first time in my life. I really appreciate it.
And I want you to do this, and I want you to know that Ashley's watching, that your mom is watching, and I don't want you to feel guilty about you doing it. I want you to be proud of it. I want you to know they're watching. I want you to know that they're proud of you for doing this. Okay, and I did not forget that I said when we get you up and running,
It's not funny.
that we haven't forgotten about daughter over here.
Thank you.
And so we're going
Takes a lot off my mind.
we're going to deal with that as well, and you know we'll have some things to talk about. Okay? All right, we've got to go. I want to thank all of my guests today. A special thanks to Club Med Punta Cana for the amazing vacation for Lindsay and Candy. If you want your own copy of the 2020 Diet, it is available anywhere books are sold, and everyone in the audience is going home with a copy. I know we live in an environment where we're always on the go, so I'm proud to say you can also go to the 2020 Diet app. If you want to download your own 2020 app, you can go to iTunes and Google Play. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time.
All-new Dr. Phill, a soldier dying of cancer.
I'm fighting for my life right now.
Is that why she married their son?
I did not marry Kirk for his life insurance money.
They claim she's abusive and unfaithful.
You had affairs in hopes that he would leave you.
I told you I did it so you break up with me.
No.
Yes, I did.
She cheats on you. You're so judgmental.
How's that judgmental?
Stay out of my marriage.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
I try to be an emotional compass and point you in the right direction.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. You know, you would think that the worst thing in the world a parent could possibly hear is that their son is dying of cancer. But after Lori and Kirk Sr. learned their beloved son was battling stage 4 liver cancer, they say the news actually got worse. Because these grieving parents found out that the woman who once left their boy at the altar was back. They said the minute star, who they call the money-hungry bride, heard her fiancé only had 6 months to live, she ran, not walked him down the aisle. Take a look.
My son was diagnosed with a rare form of liver cancer. They gave him 6 months to live.
My son has a life insurance policy through the military for $500,000.
I believe Star was seeing dollar signs with my dying son. She married him for his life insurance money.
She has put him through living hell.
Star is manipulative, and she is out for Star. Star has physically, emotionally, and financially destroyed my son. Star has cheated on Kirk multiple times. Star has physically attacked my son over 10 times. At the reception, she punched him in the nose.
Star has left marks on his body. Star has hit him in the face.
He had to call the police to get help. She emotionally is abusive. She made him believe that he was fat. And then when he lost all the weight from being sick, she tells him nobody would want him because he's not even a man.
Seeing the pictures that I've seen him post on Facebook, he looks very thin, gaunt, and very weak. He's called me in tears, saying, "Dad, I've made a horrible mistake."
If I do something, I don't get a thank you, nothing from her. Nothing. Not a damn thing.
I believe Star is isolating Kirk from his family.
I haven't seen my son for 9 months.
All right, are you okay? We only hear from Kirk when he needs money. Kirk, when he needs to get to treatment, when he needs food. When she said I do, she was very much aware that he had stage 4 cancer.
I want him to find somebody that loves him. But I don't believe that this woman feels that for him.
My biggest fear is my son's going to die all alone.
Okay. Tough situation, obviously. I mean, just the disease itself is bad enough. And I'm sorry to hear this is a rare form of liver cancer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's like 200 cases a year worldwide, from what I understand.
Yes.
And I understand that it is a terminal disease, and he's in stage 4 of 4.
Yes.
Now, he was given 6 months to live, but that was 3 years ago.
He was living with his mom, and his mom was helping him fight this disease. And then all that went to hell after this woman came into his life.
Okay, so you've seen him deteriorate, in your opinion. He's lost weight. He's on a downslide.
Yes.
Yes.
And is
His tumors
she,
have grown.
And you say she's not taking him to treatment?
He won't have the money because he will use his money on her, you know, on other things.
So he has
doesn't have
money for the treatment itself because he's a veteran.
Correct.
But he doesn't have the money to get there. It's a 9-hour trip.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there some reason he's not living closer to a treatment center?
Because they decided that they were going to move to Arkansas.
Okay, now, they were going to get married in 09, correct?
Yes, previously they were.
Yes.
And did she not show up for the wedding?
She did not show up.
No.
You mean literally didn't show up at the altar,
up.
left him standing at the altar?
Left him.
Then in 11, he gets diagnosed with the cancer and is given 6 months prognosis, right?
Yes.
But they don't get married until 14 when he reconnects with her.
They reconnected in June, and they were married by November.
Okay. Now, at that time, she knew of the disease?
Yes.
Okay, so she knew what she was getting into?
Yes.
And did you tell us that she physically attacked him at the reception of the wedding?
She physically attacked the whole reception. I mean...
I got a phone call from Kirk's brother. Says, "Dad, you're not going to believe what just happened." Star stood up, flew across the reception hall, lunged in the air, and jumped on my fiancée and started pounding her in the face. I tried to pull her off. Then she started hitting me.
She continued on hitting people throughout.
This is his new wife?
This is his wife.
This is their wedding day.
This is her wedding day.
Yes.
Okay. And then she attacks Kirk.
Yeah, through the process, yes, she hits Kirk.
And all this time, my son's sitting in a ball on the floor, crying his eyes out because his wedding day has been ruined.
What does she say about this? Does she deny this?
No, she does not deny it.
2 months later, you get in a physical altercation with her.
We went out for New Year's Eve. We came home. I walk out of the bedroom, and she did the same thing to me. She flew across the kitchen and attacked me.
So you're concerned that she's being physically abusive with your son,
and
mentally abusive,
yes.
Emotionally abusive, and that she's cheating on him.
Yes.
Yes.
And she admits that she's cheated on him.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And You say he was a proud and strong man at one point.
He was very
but
proud.
She's broken him down.
Yes, she's broken him. She has broken him.
Physically, emotionally,
Yes.
financially. Look at him. Look at my son, pictures of my son.
Right.
He wasn't that way a year ago.
This woman has broken him down to nothing, and you know, he went as far as getting a shadow box and putting all of his medals that he had received from the Army. She took that shadow box and smashed it in a million pieces. When they were moving from Michigan to Arkansas, his mother found that she had thrown several of his medals in the garbage bag out for the garbage, and the rest of them were in the kids' play chest. That's how much he thought of our son's service in the military.
Well, so who are we talking about here? Up next, Lori and Kirk are going to sit across from and talk with their son and his wife, Star, for the first time in several months. Star says she is not the villain in this family drama. We're going to find out who she thinks is the real problem when we come back.
I'm fighting for my life right now, but at times I'm living a life of hell. I feel stuck in the middle between my wife and the family. Star did not marry me for my insurance policy.
Their theory was that I thought Kirk was going to die within 2 months after we got married. I'm not that evil.
I want my family to butt out.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phill.
I believe that I've written hundreds of songs for multiple artists.
Is he a liar?
Do you believe you wrote Shake It Off?
I do.
Taylor Swift doesn't believe you wrote the song.
Delusional?
You're walking in the neighborhood, talking to yourself, playing your guitar with no shirt. You're screaming in a restaurant, I miss Taylor.
That's definitely odd behavior.
Or a master manipulator?
You and I know you didn't write those songs, right?
All new Dr. Phill. That's Monday.
Star has 2 daughters from a previous relationship. She makes Kirk take care of the children and do chores around the house. He's in no condition to watch the 2 little girls. I believe the negativity and working and being stressed out is going to contribute to his death.
Well, Lori and Kirk Sr. claim their terminally ill son, Kirk, was thriving in their care until he married Star. They say Star wanted nothing to do with their son until she found out he was dying of cancer, and then she married him to get his life insurance money. Star denies marrying Kirk for his money and has some choice words for and about his parents.
Kirk's family has judged me since day one. They make me out to be this evil person that's just after his money and his benefits. I did not marry Kirk for his life insurance money. Their theory was that I thought Kirk was going to die within 2 months after we got married. I'm not that evil of a person. I'm sorry. I did not stand Kirk up at the altar. If I stood him up at the altar, then how are we married now? I knew that he had terminal cancer before I married him. They accused me of cheating on him before I even cheated on him. I cheated on Kirk twice. I got fed up with the whole relationship, and I just wanted to find a way out. I did hit Kirk once. We got into an argument. He said some really hurtful things, calling me a bad mom, calling me crazy, and I apologized after that.
Here's the wedding party.
How does it make you feel when you look at these?
It makes me happy.
And Star?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, makes me happy.
I don't think it does.
I wasn't trying to upset him. I don't know why he just got upset. We dated for a couple of months before we even got married anyways. I think we both should have just waited a little while. Lori is the one that's money hungry. Lori is hostile towards me. She threatened to kill me. Lori and I did get into a fist fight on New Year's Eve. She blamed me for Kirk being skinny, blamed me for destroying him. And next thing you know, we were fighting. Kirk tackled me to the ground. It hurts my feelings. The last thing I want is for his family to hate me. Kirk's family is trying to destroy our marriage. They need to back off.
Okay, I'm glad y'all are here. I'm sorry to hear that you're ill and dealing with this. You've not seen your parents in several months, correct?
I haven't seen my dad in about 7 and my mom in about 2 months.
And what's your relationship with your parents at this point? How would you describe it?
We've started getting along and talking again. I know my mom and my dad want the best for me. They worry about me a lot. A lot of times, like, I was in the Army for 9 years, 2 tours to Iraq, lived in Germany for most of that. I'm a grown man, and when there's problems happening between me and Star, that's our marital problems. And I just feel like sometimes I'm being pulled in each direction, being caught between my wife and my family. Like, my biggest wish is for all of us to come out of here, you know, get along, maybe sit down for a Thanksgiving dinner, be happy, see the kids running around. That's what I want for this.
Before it slides by, on behalf of myself and the millions of people watching this now and the people in the audience, let me say thank you for your service in Iraq, the 2 times that you've been there. Very much appreciate that. Star, you've heard them say not very flattering things about you and have described you in a...
I get it all the time.
Described you in a way that seems as though you, for one thing, are a very combative individual. Is that true?
When I drink vodka, I have known to get a little hostile, but, I mean, I don't get that way unless people, like, push me into that direction.
Did you attack people at your wedding reception?
It was Kirk's brother's girlfriend.
Well, that's really not an essay question. Did you attack people at your...
Well, I did, but she, only that person.
At your wedding reception?
Yeah.
Has she physically attacked you?
We've gotten physical, yeah, a couple times.
You say you do everything to care for Kirk.
Yeah, I've been taking him to his appointments once a month. I believe last month it was once a week. And on top of that, I'm trying to take care of my 2 kids, to take care of everything around the house, plus trying to keep a job. And I'm doing all these things, and that's a lot.
You think they should be grateful?
In ways, yes, they should be grateful, because I'm not doing what they're accusing me of. I worked on my own. I was a single mom for 4 years. I got my own place, my own car, had my job for 2 years, almost 3 years. Why would I throw all that away to go up there and be such an evil person? Why would I do that?
Well, that's what we've been trying to figure out for quite a while.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
We want to know why.
Well,
why?
His mother says
When you married Kirk, did you know that you were going to have to take him to chemo? When
yes,
you married him, did you know you were going to have to take
Arkansas was so he could be
It was not a surprise he had cancer, was it?
I know it wasn't.
It was not.
I have a mother that has cancer, too. I also lost a son, Lori. You don't think this is a lot on me?
Time out.
This is why I didn't even want to come on here.
Okay, well, hold on. We're not going to, you know, Kirk, you're right, and we're not going to do that. Let's take a break. And coming up, Star does admit that she's cheated on Kirk. In fact, she says she might do it again. Does she want to stay married to Kirk, or does she not? Because what I'm interested in is what he wants. Because, frankly, I'm not really concerned about what anybody else wants at this point. I'm interested in what he wants and getting him what he wants. We'll be right back. It's hurt you that she's cheated on you.
More than anything.
You owe him the truth.
And you said... I know Star has cheated on me several times with one man and one time with another man. It makes me angry. Me and Star don't even sleep in the same bed together anymore. There's no affection. The fights between me and Star have gotten physical. She did give me a bloody nose. Star has said things out of anger. She said, I wish cancer would take you.
Tired of not getting any sentiment from her. No love, no emotion, nothing.
I told her, how could she say that to her husband? I love Star more than I've loved anybody in my entire life.
If we're just being honest, you might be in this world for 3 more months or 3 more years. You don't know, right? I mean, none of us know, but you're at higher risk for being short-term than people in general. That's the truth of it, right? People may think, wow, Dr. Phil's being kind of harsh here, but you and I know that's the truth. You know it. I know you know it. And my attitude is, when you're in that situation, I kind of hold two things near and dear. One is living and dying with dignity, and the other two is being kind of selfish. You know, you ought to kind of do what you think you ought to do and what you want. And that's what I'm interested in. And I heard you say you love Star with all your heart, but it's hurt you that she's cheated on you.
More than anything.
And you have cheated on him, right?
Yes, I have.
More than once.
Twice.
And I have to say, you seem, with regard to him, you seem pretty cold and dispassionate, frankly.
It just seems...
I mean, let's just be honest, because because of what I said to him, if in fact he's at high risk and doesn't have a lot of time, you don't have the right to waste his time.
I'm not trying to waste his time.
I'm just being honest, right? Let's be honest. I don't need any help from you two right now. I don't need any help from you two, and he doesn't want to have a screaming match here. You owe him the truth. And before you answer...
Do you love me?
You need to, I said dignity. You need to afford the man dignity. You need to be honest about where you are. You want to tell the truth. And Kirk, you want the truth, do you not? Where are you here?
I feel like I love him, but I also feel like a lot of it's faded between everybody getting into our relationship.
I'm not asking you why you feel the way you feel. I'm asking you what you feel.
I feel like it's faded.
Do you think that we could work on from here and repair our relationship?
I think it's time to end it. I think it's best that we just go our separate ways.
You've told us you think you have the right to be happy too.
Well, sure. I mean, I shouldn't have to live the rest of my life with that over my head and getting blamed for stuff I'm not doing. How am I destroying him? I'm being blamed for dragging him halfway across the country to get away from his family.
This is about you and Kirk. Are you...
If they butt out Star and they don't get into our marriage and leave us alone...
Stop?
I'm just saying, if that were to happen, would you want to work things out, stay with me, and go on from here?
I believe you should be closer to your family and spend your last days with them.
Star, again, I'm asking you to be totally honest here. Are you involved with someone else right now?
No, I'm not.
Are you in the early stages of being involved with someone else right now?
No, I'll probably be homeless and everything after it's all done, said and done, but I don't care. I think that's just what's best for both of us. He should be with his family. I'm not trying to keep him from his family, and I wouldn't want that on anybody. And
the truth is, you've had affairs in hopes that he would leave you because you didn't want the guilt of leaving someone that was sick. Did you do that in part so he would end this relationship and you would not have to?
I didn't want to hurt his feelings.
I've asked you always to be honest with me.
I'm trying to be as honest.
Well, now you are.
I was honest with you then. I told you I did it so you'd break up with me.
No.
Yes, I did,
because,
Kurt.
No.
Yes, I did.
Star, let me talk. I asked you about, are you contacting the guy that you cheated on?
That has nothing to do with it.
Listen to me. And you said...
I'm done.
And she said that she wants to move on and work on this because she loves me and she thinks we can move on and be happy together.
She cheats on you.
You're right.
She treats you like crap.
There's two sides to her.
Kirk, do you watch the girls?
When she's at work,
You're the dad, and you take care of the girls, don't you?
I don't have a clue what you two are trying to achieve right now. I do have some things to achieve. We'll be right back.
He wouldn't let me drink out of any cup. He wouldn't even let me use the bathroom.
You can't catch cancer. Shame on you people.
Are you ready to make history? Because I have a big, huge announcement to share with you today. You know what, Anthony? I'm going to need you to get up from that seat and get out. Yep. Bye-bye. Okay. I have teamed up with Omaze, and I'm inviting you to sit right here. Yep, that's right, in this empty chair. As my special guest, you and a friend will fly out to Los Angeles, get all glammed up, and join me here on the set for a very special taping of the Dr. Phill Show. But that's not all. Here's where we make history. At the end of the show, you will become the first fan ever to join me and Philip on national television for our signature walk-off. That's right. So start practicing your walk because millions of supportive viewers will be watching. We are going to have a ball. This will be so much fun. And the best part of all is that all entries support my foundation, When Georgia Smiled, and our efforts to help victims of domestic abuse and sexual assault live healthy, safe, and joy-filled lives. Enter to win by donating. Go to omaze.com/Robin. That's OMAZE.com/Robin.
My mom can't cope with the fact that she's not the sole caregiver anymore. Once Star got in the picture, she's tried everything to sabotage me and Star's relationship. And even before Star, any girl that was interested in dating me, she said that I'm too sick to handle a relationship. I'm tired of my mom trying to control my life.
Before the break, Star chose to leave. She has chosen to come back at this point. Before the break, I also said to the parents, I don't know what y'all are trying to achieve by arguing about what has happened. All we can do is focus on what does happen.
It's just been really frustrating. I see him suffer, and I know he really wants a relationship, and he deserves that, and
deserves to be loved.
I've tried to support him and be there.
How can he have a relationship when y'all don't even let him?
He says you don't even want him living with you because you're afraid that he's going to contaminate your home.
And I deserve to be loved and feel happy and all that too.
He does love you.
Please.
Well, when he first got sick, we had little children, 5 years old at home, and they put him on chemo, an external pack. And my concern was that if that ruptured or something, that it would make the little one sick.
The warning is that you are supposed to take precautions.
So that was the only reason why I didn't want him in the home.
And my oncologist, and he said it was no threat to anybody or my family.
You can't catch cancer.
Not the cancer, the radiation from the chemo.
What happened was he wouldn't let me drink out of any cups. I had to drink out of plastic cups. I had to eat off plastic silverware and plates. He wouldn't even let me use the bathroom.
That's not true, Kirk.
You said don't use the bathroom. I don't want you to
use
contaminate
the downstairs
anything.
bathroom. I was told that there's a possibility of radiation.
When I went to pick up my stuff, you said don't use the bathroom.
Chemo
and my mom can contest.
I was told that, and that's what I asked him. I said,
you weren't told that by my oncologist who specializes
in my chemo. This is before I even talked to your doctor, Kirk. And I asked him if he wouldn't mind eating off of a paper plate and a plastic, disposable.
How do you think that makes me feel?
Utensils until we find out more about this, because it was all new to me and I didn't know. So why are you turning this against
your dad
who's been there for you since you've gotten sick? Your dad that's gone to
he's just telling you how it made him feel at the time.
I'm just telling you how it made
me feel. I know, but son, come on,
But after I found out
everything, I was uneducated, Dr. Phill, about the situation. I'll be honest, and I was scared. And
He was just told his son was going to die in 6 months. We're looking at our son.
Mom, when we went to my dad's work, you were more than upset.
You step back a minute when you're told your child.
You need to admit
your
that.
Child.
Tell my dad how you felt.
But you do step back when you're told that your child, especially a male,
you need to tell my dad how you felt
step back and say, "Whoa,"
what you were saying.
You know what I mean? Detach for a second. I believe that's what he was doing. He was looking at his son dying, being told he's only got 6 months to live.
Be honest what you
what
were saying.
What is the parent supposed to do?
Well, be honest what you were saying
supposed to do?
And how you felt that day.
Of course I was upset. But I took myself out of the situation, stepped back, and looked at it and said, you know what? This man was just told his son was dying. You were afraid. Look, now, just what you are now, Kirk.
And I'm being blamed for you being skinny.
That's not true.
Would anybody...
I've been blamed for you having cancer, so I don't see how
you need to. It's everybody else's fault, right, Star?
You need
How do I
It's everybody else's fault, but you...
No, I have taken blame for myself. I just don't understand how I can give someone cancer.
You don't
You're
take
living your life.
I have taken responsibility.
I
admitted to what I said.
What that did.
I admitted to my fault. It's not
Shame on you people.
How is that even selfish?
Will you people all just shut up, please? Is anybody, don't shoot your eyes at her. You want to say something, say it to me. Does anybody here, I don't know, have a passing question about what maybe they could do to help Kirk? Anybody curious?
That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were here to bicker and defend yourself and point fingers at one another.
That's what it seems like.
Nobody's asked a question of me. Nobody has posed a question. Have you asked me, is there anything I, as his mother, can do to help and facilitate his journey? I haven't heard you ask. I sure haven't heard you ask. I haven't heard anybody ask me that question.
That's why.
So I think I'll pose it as a hypothetical and answer it right after the break. She's looking for the door.
If she didn't want to work things out, I just wish that she didn't have to take me on the Dr. Phil show for her to say that.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. Is he a famous songwriter?
Do you believe he wrote Shake It Off?
I do.
Taylor Swift doesn't believe he wrote the song.
Or delusional?
You're walking in the neighborhood talking to yourself, playing your guitar with no shirt, right?
That's Monday.
I'm back with a very difficult situation, and Kirk, Lori, let me be very honest about one thing. I don't know how you feel. And in a sense, that's a good thing, because it's kind of like coming through the forest and seeing the two of you down in a deep, dark hole. I can't help you if I jump down there with you, because now we're all three in a deep, dark hole. It's good that if I'm still up here on the ground where I can go for help or throw you a rope or have a different point of view and see things that maybe you can't see because you're so emotionally up against it.
I love my son so much.
Of course.
That's so hard to deal with. You just can't imagine. I'm so proud of him. I am so proud of my son. My son is my hero. And I love him so much that it just tears me up inside to see him, you know, just waste away like this. He deserves to be in a situation where somebody cares and loves about him, even if that person's not perfect.
Well, Kirk, I want to talk to you objectively here and tell you, and I'm not here to demonize.
That's what I don't want.
Star.
I don't want her to be a villain in this.
But she has told you, in her words today, and her behavior leading up to today, that she is not committed to this relationship in a loving and devoted way. And I believe in reciprocity, in relationships, that you should get what you give.
I know she loves me. It's just
I
that...
just feel I don't even know what to feel about it all, honestly. I feel like I got in over my head with the whole thing.
You got to put into your marriage on all aspects. You know what I mean? And if I can't contribute in that way, even mowing the lawn, that's the man's job. I can't even mow the lawn. She does it. It upsets me. If she didn't want to work things out and she was feeling this way, I just wish that we didn't have to go on the Dr. Phil show for her to say that. I thought that we were coming on here to mend our relationship, get everyone to get along, and move on so we all can be happy here.
What I know is I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you I see B when I see A. As I'm peeling back the layers here, and 93% of all communication is nonverbal, and I'm reading her like a book, and she's looking for the door. She doesn't want to hurt you. She doesn't want you to be hurt by anyone, but she also knows that she's emotionally bankrupt in this deal. She said, I'm over my head. I'm overwhelmed. I don't want to seem like a witch, you know, deserting a dying man here, but I got nothing. And that's what she's telling you. Star, true?
This is true. Very true.
My advice for this family when we come back.
Do you need Dr. Phil's help? Text Phill to 88500 and share your story for a chance to appear on the show. Standard message and data rates may apply.
This show without you, our studio audience.
If you are going to be in the Los Angeles area and you would like free tickets, go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Because we have a lot of fun here, don't we?
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445.
Your wife is telling you that she can't give you what you want from her. And no matter how we got here, we are where we are. And your question is, Star, are you willing to work on this? That's your question, right?
Yeah, if she truly loves me, she wants to work on it.
Star, do you feel that you have a deep, abiding love inside for him, that if certain obstacles were removed, that you two could live together as a couple happily ever after?
Yeah. I just hope that this helps.
I'm sorry?
I just hope it all helps.
Well, that's a different answer than you gave me before. Because before you said, no, it's fading, and I don't
see how I'm supposed to live the rest of my life being happy with someone. 3 more years, 10 more years, you know?
That's when you make the best of it, Star.
I know, but how am I supposed to make the best out of it when your family's over here accusing me of several things?
I agree with you.
I can't live happy.
No.
You know, Star, I guess I'm asking you, if you can in good faith say, with professional help, that you can commit yourself to this relationship, that you have love for Kirk, that you can be faithful to him and nurturing to him and a partner with him, and that these can be goals that you can in good faith embrace, then you need to say so, and I'll make those resources available to you. If your position is, you know what, I'm past that, I've already moved on. I just haven't known how to tell him. It's either one or the other, and you want to know the truth, right?
Do you think we can move on from this? If not, say so.
I want to. I just don't see anything changing. So, I mean, if it's going to stay the same, then no, I don't want it to. Or don't want to. Because I don't deserve that either.
I agree, you don't deserve to be attacked.
Let me intercede here, because I started by saying I'm interested in what you want. You want to explore if there's a possibility to rehabilitate this relationship.
Yes.
That's what you want, and that's what we're going to do.
And she flip-flops. She says something one time, and then the next time she says something else. How has that worked out for you?
It's worked out at times, yeah.
For you and a couple other guys along the way.
To get something off your chest, sign up for the drphil.com community and weigh in on your favorite episodes and share your personal stories with other community members. Plus, get started on your own blog to share your thoughts on the topics that interest you most. I'll be reading those message boards. Log on to drphil.com today. She's willing to give this a shot if they will disengage and not continue this rancor and dialogue, and they're willing to do that while I step in here and bring some professional help and take a look at this. They're willing to do that, correct?
Are you guys willing to move on?
You're willing to let me step in here, y'all?
Yes.
That's what we're here for.
Because what you're doing ain't working.
To come to a resolution.
Because what y'all doing ain't working.
What have I been doing now?
No, I'm just saying, then you got nothing to stop.
No, I can't get through to him. He won't listen to anybody.
Okay, then you got nothing to lose. So
she flip-flops. She says something one time, and then the next time she says something else.
We're willing for you to do what you got to do.
I'll back off, and he doesn't want a relationship with his dad.
We already have months ago.
See, that's starting. What I mean.
Starting now.
Thank you.
He said.
Let me do this for a while.
He said he doesn't want a relationship. He said I don't want a relationship with my dad. He's mad that I want to work.
No, Kirk, you just said that.
Come on, give me a shot.
You have your family.
Give me a shot here.
See what I mean? Now he's
give me a shot.
Now there's problems
I'm just really frustrated.
No, I get that. Be frustrated. Go.
You need to respect
go
my
butt a stump or something. But let me.
No, you haven't.
Can we ask you a question, Dr. Phill?
You said don't talk to me until you break up with that
question, Dr. Phill?
That was your exact
What do we do? Because we have. What do we do when he calls us for financial help?
To be a wife.
For help.
How has that worked out for you?
It's worked out at times, yeah.
For you and a couple other guys along the way.
See what I mean? You're so judgmental.
I'm not. How is that judgmental?
You're so judgmental.
How is that judgmental?
It's the truth. Fingers every time.
It's not pointing the truth. It's the truth, Kirk.
Help him when you can.
I'm sorry, Dr. Phill.
I'm just going to ask you guys to let me stand in your shoes for just a little while here. Let me step in and bring some professionals in here and get some help.
I appreciate
it. Give me 30 days. Give me 30 days to just zip it. And let me see what can happen. That's what he wants to do. She's willing to take a shot. I want to do what he wants to do.
Don't say that you don't want to talk to me because I'm
not saying that. You just said that if I get my mom and my dad out of my life, then will you love me?
I did not say out of my life.
I'm not saying for them to be out of your life.
I say respect my decisions and stay out of my marriage.
30 days.
Stay out of my marriage.
I'm going to get
it's my marriage. I don't get in your marriage.
I'm going to get some professional help here.
I don't make opinions about your marriage.
I'm going to get some professional help here.
You're my son.
And that professional
help. And you're
my
dad.
And that professional help, is going to wall them off from that, okay? It's going to wall them off from that.
I'm here to try to help them and who's attacking me.
Okay? You're going to wall them off from that. Okay. And then if progress is made in that, then y'all are going to be part of that at some point.
Yes, we love our son.
At this point, venting
that's what I want.
is not helping. So right now you're going to let me stand in your shoes and I'm going to work with them about that, okay? Fair enough?
Thank you.
And then we'll work on this. Okay? We'll work on this. Okay, Star? All right, I want to thank all of my guests today. If you're caught in a family drama and want my advice, go to drphil.com and tell me about it, I think. We will see you next time. Thanks, guys.